Reasons for why your ex has not come back yet. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And obviously, based on the topic, we are talking about why your ex hasn't come back. And I understand this can be really frustrating and it can feel debilitating and paralyzing because maybe you feel like enough time has gone by. Maybe you feel like you've done everything that you can. Maybe you feel like you've given your partner as much space as you possibly can. And for some reason, they are just not coming back. And a lot of the times people are like, why? Why? Why are they not coming back to me? If they really cared about me, if they really loved me, they would have come back by now. But there are possible reasons for why they have not come back, right? And one of the first ones is maybe you are displaying clingy or needy behavior, or you were excessively clingy and needy throughout the relationship, right? Because when you are excessively clingy and needy, what that does is that suffocates your partner. So if they broke up with you and for the first few weeks or the first month, you were incessantly calling them and texting them and DMing them and emailing them and trying to get a hold of them, basically what you did was you pushed them further and further and further and further away. And look, we all make mistakes. We're all human beings. Breakup recovery is incredibly difficult to navigate no matter how you spin it, right? And if you made those mistakes, forgive yourself, right? Just means that you have to give more space and more time and you have to respect boundaries. But at the end of the day, one of the reasons for why he may not or she may not be coming back is because you exhibited incredibly clingy or needy behavior during the relationship or post breakup. The second one is the severity of the breakup, right? Maybe it was a really, really bad breakup. Maybe you guys were together for a really long time and there was a break of trust, there was infidelity, there was toxicity, whatever the case may be. Depending on the severity of the breakup is going to determine how long it takes for your ex to potentially come back if they come back, right? It's variable. And I say this to my clients all the time. It's not about sitting back and waiting and saying, okay, in 6 months, I'm going to make this happen, because that is an unrealistic expectation. It's good to visualize, it's good to manifest, it's good to set goals, but you also want to understand that there are things that are outside of our control, right? So how our partner, how our ex is processing the breakup, how our ex is dealing, how our ex is coping, how our life events, things that are going on. There's so many different factors that contribute to the range, the time range that it takes for an ex to come back. So don't anticipate or expect it to be short. Sometimes it can be really long, depending on, again, the severity of the breakup. The third one is maybe not enough time has passed. I understand that when you are incredibly vulnerable and you've just broken up and you are feeling like you really want your ex back, sometimes to you, 3 weeks may feel like 3 months, right? And in your mind, you've given it enough time, you've given it enough space, it's time to get them back. But the reality of the situation is that you may not have given it enough time. Sometimes a month is not enough. Sometimes 3 months is not enough. Sometimes a year is not enough, depending on the severity, again, of the breakup. So giving it the adequate amount of time that it deserves. And most people ask, well, how do I know when's enough? How do I know how much time I should wait? And a lot of that depends on you, right? Are you emotionally and mentally ready to reach out? And are you ready for the outcome either way? If it's a negative one or a positive one, are you okay with that? Are you willing to accept their answer if they say, no, I don't want to be with you anymore? If you are, then you're ready to reach out. But again, like I said, it does not necessarily mean that that's going to be within 3 weeks. That doesn't mean it's going to be within 3 months, 6 months. It's really variable. The fourth one is that maybe you didn't execute the no contact period correctly, right? Maybe you reached out too early. Maybe you sent the accountability out too early. Maybe you tried to break the no contact over and over and over again. Maybe you didn't invest the time in fixing yourself throughout the no contact period. Whatever the case may be, I oftentimes find that actually prolongs the process, and it may take longer for your ex to come back because you haven't followed the steps appropriately in regards to developing and becoming mindful and consciously aware and taking accountability and really working on building your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And that piggybacks onto my next point, which is maybe you just haven't made the changes that you need to make in order for your ex to come back, right? So if your ex expressed to you hey, these are the things that were missing in the relationship. This is what I needed. This is what I wasn't getting. And you haven't actively worked on yourself to make those changes, right? Maybe it's about better communication. Maybe it's about being a little bit more vulnerable. Maybe it's about allowing yourself to be emotionally available for your partner. Maybe it's the way that you speak, whatever the case may be. If they told you what was wrong and you have not worked on those things, if you have not actively tried to fix those things, that is another reason for why your ex may not be coming back. And the final one, they just may not be ready, right? It's not always about when you are ready, it's also about when they are ready. And you have to respect those boundaries. Again, as I had mentioned before, it's about the severity of the breakup. Maybe there was a lot of damage that was done. There was a lot of pain. There's a lot of hurt that's under the surface. And if you negate that, if you try to ignore that, if you try to dismiss that, you're overstepping. And at the end of the day, like I said, you can't control them. You can't control how they process. You can't control their needs, their wants, and where they are in their life. You can only control your emotions, yourself, and how you approach and view your situation. So again, maybe they are just not ready. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you have an opinion about it, if you have a question about it, if maybe you were in a similar circumstance and something worked for you or didn't work for you, please leave it in the comment box down below. I love to read them. I try to get through as many as I possibly can. I try to comment on as many as I possibly can. Maybe you just want more details. You want to know a little bit more about this subject matter. You can visit us at www.withmyexagain.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session just because you feel like you need a little bit more support, we would be more than happy to help you with that. We would be more than happy to support you through this process. You can either book with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.